Disgraced is about Amir Kapoor, who is a high-powered corporate attorney who has been hiding his Muslim origins from his bosses. And through a sequence of events that unfolds basically in real time, the consequences of that deception unfold. And the idea came to me from a dinner party, actually, that I was at in 2006 when a couple of my friends and my then ex-wife were talking about Islam. And I sort of started to perceive how my position, my perspective as a Muslim on the question was shifting the idea that some of my friends had of me. As if waking them up to who I really was, as it were. And I thought that would make a very interesting premise for a play, that something as simple as a discussion about Islam could shift relationships between people in some irrevocable way. It sort of came out of me. I mean, it came out of me in a pretty god-awful state, but the essence of it was there already. I think it was something that had been stewing in me for a very long time. I remember, somebody in America sort of commenting on it as a sort of howl of rage, and I think that the depth of the anger that's in the play, and it's not only anger, there are other things as well, but there is this seed of anger in the play, I think, is something, I was expressing something that had been building in me for a long time. All of my work deals with modern Western Muslim identity, the ways in which growing up Muslim or being Muslim in the West is both difficult but full of opportunity. And I don't know, I mean, I think it's obvious why I'm writing about that is because that was my experience, and that has been my experience. It continues to be my experience. I think that the fact that the world has drifted post 9/11, has configured itself again in a kind of very militant, East-West dichotomy, means that there's more opportunity in a way for artists like myself to write about these issues in ways that feel significant or feel meaningful to audiences. As an artist, the only expectation I put on myself is to not bore the audience. So I hope that they are not bored. And as for a message or some higher meaning, I don't think it's my responsibility to offer that. I think what I'd like to offer is a very pregnant field of associations, of character interactions, of possible meanings that the audience can play with and decide for themselves. One of the interesting things that happened in New York is after the play was done at Lincoln Center, there was a bar right outside of the theater, and people would gather after the play and basically argue. And it was like the same thing that was happening in the play as it would happen after the play. The thing that surprised me so much is that I expected audiences to be polarized about the issues based on their identity. And it has been very surprising to me that everybody has been responding, for the most part, to Amir's journey as a universal journey. And his tragic undoing is something that, I mean, audience after audience after audience in New York would just walk out of the theater in tears. And it was just always surprising. It was surprising to me that they had so much empathy for him. I think one thing that people find exciting about the play is the setting. I think it's set on the Upper East Side in New York, and you have these liberal, intelligent, multicultural characters who are very articulate and really sexy in a way. And I think that that's part of the sex appeal or the excitement of the play. Again, I do think that the issues that it's dealing with are not necessarily just American. I think they are universal.